listening to young people and honoring them and recognizing that every young person has incredible potential, and part of what we need to be doing is building our collective sense of community to support them.
So I would say actually go out to the homeless shelter and actually, if anything, I would say find maybe like one or two homeless people and just say, hey, I'm just going to help them out. I can't help everyone out, but hey, I can help those two out, or I can help those couple out. And donate, and actually donating to the Yes Center so we can have the driving program.
Certain people, they might be homeless because of one reason, and one thing that you think might help may not because of why they homeless. Like, just figure it out, listen, don't be biased, and just be compassionate. That's what I think.
No judgment. Don't criticize. Don't judge someone by what they look like or by what they smell like.
Accept these bandos and have them for homeless people who've been waiting for. You got people waiting for housing for almost 6 years and still haven't had it. So, yeah. Fix bandos.
We need to, one, find the organizations that are really doing something around here and really lift them up, because that's what we need. We need those organizations that are really doing something to help them do even more.
An essential step in addressing youth homelessness is involving youth in solutions to homelessness. And I love how Yes does that by being really accessible, that youth can come here and just put their head down and sleep if they need to. They can get something to eat, but they can also get involved with advocacy to end youth homelessness and everything in between.
80% of folks that are out there in community are 1 or 2 paychecks away from being homeless themselves. And so it's easy for folks to say, well, homelessness is an issue that's over there and it doesn't relate to me, when in fact, homelessness is actually really close to a majority of people in this country and in Baltimore specifically. And so I feel like the first essential step in addressing homelessness at any level, but especially for young people, is understanding the issues of homelessness itself and understanding how close homelessness touches every person in Baltimore.
This is not work that we can do on our own. We have a lot of partners who work with us, and we have individual donors. We have the Dana Jeromies of the world who bring us food every week that the youth love. We have our funding community that helps us to think through how we're going to solve and eliminate youth homelessness.
I love seeing young people, that journey from when they come in the door and they're not sure of what's going on and they're in need of assistance. They might be in the middle of a crisis, and then just when you see them develop themselves and get stronger and start tapping into their own resiliency is one of the greatest things that keep me going.
Why do I like working at Yes is I just think the Yes staff is some of the most amazing staff that I've ever come in contact with. I was a case manager early in my career, and it's just been great to watch all of the folks here who are working with the young people in their work. They're just the most dedicated and the most awesome staff that I'm fortunate enough to be amongst.
I enjoy working with the youth. It's something about their energy that's uplifting and powerful.
What I enjoy most about working with Yes is the energy and commitment that the staff bring to honoring and celebrating every youth that comes through the Yes door, and the organization's commitment to supporting youth, but also dismantling the systems that help deliver them into homelessness in the first place.
One thing that's important for people to know about homeless youth is that there's no one face to it. There's no the ideas or the images that we get in our minds when we picture young people or homeless people, to dispel that, because homeless youth might look like the kid with the Gucci belt on the bus stop.
I think most people that we come in contact with don't realize that there are approximately 1,500 youth who are experiencing homelessness in Baltimore City. It's not that youth can't do it or that they don't want to do it. It's the fact that youth need to be connected to resources, and they need to have access and opportunity. And what I've seen in such a short time is that if we build a system and a community that supports youth who are homeless, then they will come.
So I think it's also what, it's easy for folks to think, again, that homelessness is something that is chosen, that, you could just pull yourself up by your bootstraps and not be that way. But that's so far from the truth. All of the young people that I've met here have been, they're inspirational because they have grace and grit at the same time, and that they're every day working really hard to find a better path for themselves, and that's really hard work to do, and it's not easy. And I think people should know how hard it is to be able to walk every day with some of these challenges, and how these young people who I see are fortunate enough to be a part of a couple times a month do it with grace and beauty and humor, and that in itself is just really hard to do.
They're just like any other youth, looking for their way in this world and looking for someone, looking for guidance, looking for anything else that any other youth, coming up in this country who are looking for us, for stability, for support, for someone to acknowledge that they exist. I think that's a very important thing. It's just when people are able to be acknowledged that they're, that they are of value, and that someone cares for them.
Our youth are diverse. They are artists. They are writers. They are folks with all kinds of talents and skills. They're folks that figure out survival in ways that I can never imagine, and they're just brilliant. And so I think it's just really important to make sure that we center those narratives around who our youth are, and make sure that we're not just thinking about the struggles that folks have, but also thinking about the power that they each have individually, and collectively the power we have together.
It's changed because I have stable housing. I've been connected with people that actually care. I'm a little bit more positive because at first I wasn't. My whole life has changed in general. They're happier, I'm happier, and yeah.
They helped me with the connection to find a welding program, Fast Track with JARC, and ever since I've been there, I keep moving forward. I'm more focused, I'm more determined. Things just keep on falling in a line where I feel like I'm on the right track, and I feel like Yes has been the footstool of all of it. So I'm really appreciative to Yes for everything that they've done for me.
My life has changed since coming to Yes by my mental stability, working on that over the years, and focusing on my self-esteem, and just focusing on myself, trying to make my life better than what it was already.
My life has changed because during the summer, I was not working. I was not going to school. I dropped out when I was 17, so I haven't had my high school diploma since I dropped out. So now I'm going to school to get my high school diploma, and now I am working a full-time job.
Let's see, I got housing. I got my birth certificate, social security card, food stamps, my ID, pretty much everything that they have.
I've gained a lot of friendships. I gained experience through a couple of job programs that I've gone through Yes. I lost my ID, within a week I got it back. It was really, really nice. For example, right now while we're doing this interview, it's extremely windy outside. It's maybe like 20 miles an hour wind, and I'm not outside in the wind right now, so that's always the plus.
I've gained self-awareness. One, I've gained self-confidence. I've gained knowledge of the world outside of me. I've gained that I can attain something. And also, and I'm glad that I gained this in the last year, because this is my last year here, because I'm about to max out in the age limit. I've gained housing. I've gained a heart and within my own heart, because, you know, dealing with this homelessness, you start to gain and start to lose who you are. You start to lose hope. You start to lose faith. So I've gained all those things with just one thing, and that's shelter.
What I definitely see myself creating here at the Drop-In Center is youth leadership. I want to be involved in the process or the team that helps develop these young people and these talents, these amazing talents that we have that come through these doors every day. And I really see myself as cultivating and being a part of growing that here at Yes.
Well, I would like to, and I'm working on ideas, I'd like to create a community where I'm helping out and doing everything that I can to help the community become healthier, help the community become stronger and more family-like.
I see myself creating in the world, in the future, and now, and in my past piece.
I would like to travel. I would like to see more, because I can even be a little small-minded, you know, because I'm only as much as what I've seen or what I think I know. You know, my thing is I want to get back to school. First of all, I can't do nothing for no one if I don't have my education. And I went too far in college to just give up.
Because I'm a parent, I see myself creating a loving environment for my children to be successful. I see myself creating my own business one day. And I see myself creating love and positivity in my community.
Hopefully, if I can one day, just be like mayor, governor, just so I can change just my little section of this country. Just because, honestly, I know my kids and my grandkids might possibly live here, and so I would like it to be a better place.
I see myself creating a space that youth continue to feel good coming to. They continue to come to a space that honors them, values them, takes direction from them, pays them for their brilliance. I hope to create a space where we can be really an integral part of youth advocacy across the city, talking about employment, talking about housing access, talking about decriminalization of young people, talking about racial justice and how that shows up in our city, in our nonprofit community, in our neighborhoods. I see myself really creating a healing space and a place that centers healing and wellness, and really gets to continue to lead these conversations around trauma, the impact of trauma, how we heal from that, and how attachment and connection to communities like this help to make folks feel more alive, more grounded, more resourceful, more powerful.
I want to thank Yes for everything that they've done for me. Y'all have helped me and my children a lot. Y'all have seen us grow. Y'all have seen us grow, and I thank y'all, and I really appreciate it to everybody that has helped. And I love y'all.
Here you go.
Thank you. That's it.
Basically, take it as a sponge. Soak it up.
It is a really special place. The staff is incredible and so deeply dedicated to the work, and work probably too many hours, right? But are really just deeply about making sure that we make change in the city. The youth are incredible. They're brilliant. They're a lot of fun. Bring so much vitality to the space, and trust us, and to actually be a place that helps them in their process to attaining stability. And so that's really powerful, and just to be a part of that is really important. It's a space that feels good. It just feels good.